Kairos WWE News and Rumors has shown you another video, and this time, guys, we have a WWE SmackDown Live August 2nd, 2016 review. So we're going to get straight into it. I'm just going to talk about what happened in the event. SmackDown started off backstage with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan telling Randy Orton there would be serious repercussions of his actions for what he did when he invaded Raw and RKO'd Brock Lesnar out of nowhere. And you lot make sure to check out my Raw review that I did yesterday. But they said it was also pretty awesome. And they know Lesnar will be after him, so they have a lot of security there. Miz came out and said how Daniel Bryan didn't look too happy to draft the Miz himself, and Daniel Bryan said no, he wasn't happy to draft the Miz, he was happy to draft the Intercontinental Championship. And there'll be a triple threat match between Apollo Crews, but Daniel Bryan botched Apollo Crews' name and called him Apollo Creed. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's get on to it. Apollo Crews versus Baron Corbin versus Kalisto in a triple threat match. Whoever wins that match faces the Miz at Summerslam for the Intercontinental Championship. What did I say about a week ago about Apollo Crews? Didn't I say that? See, guys, this is your place to come for Kairos WWE. Ziggler and Ambrose face to face in the middle of the ring with powerful words. Dean Ambrose kept saying about how Ziggler is not the best, how he keeps on failing, and Ziggler kept saying how he's the best. But I loved the way how they made the show evolve around Dolph Ziggler, proving that he should be a worthy #1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. After Ambrose left, Bray Wyatt came out of nowhere. You know the little vignette. About 10 seconds later, Dolph Ziggler is in position for the Sister Abigail by Bray Wyatt. And he cut off a brilliant 1 minute, less than 1 minute promo. He's one of the best talkers there, Bray Wyatt. And he said he laid out a challenge for him. So that Dolph Ziggler and Bray Wyatt could have a match later on in the night, and whoever wins gets to face Dean Ambrose. Apollo Crews versus Baron Corbin versus Kalisto was a very quick match. I think it was about 6 minutes. Very quick match, and Miz was at commentary. It was at commentary, and Apollo Crews won by rolling up Kalisto whilst Baron Corbin was on the outside. After the match, Apollo Crews was about to leave, then Baron Corbin was attacking Kalisto, so Apollo Crews went straight back into the ring to help his friend out. Then, whilst Apollo Crews was rallying on Baron Corbin, The Miz did a skull-crushing finale from behind, and guess what Baron Corbin did? Baron Corbin turned Miz around and gave him an end of days, one of his best end of days. Second one, his best is against Dolph Ziggler, but Miz sold that really, really well. Baron Corbin didn't care. Miz helped him, and Baron Corbin paid him with an end of days. Next was a complete joke. It was Eva Marie versus Becky Lynch. Guys, Eva Marie, who on earth paid this announcer to speak so great of Eva Marie? I'm not a fan of Eva Marie, but I appreciate that she's trying to improve. But how on earth, they're calling her the best women's athlete, the best charismatic, the best in the ring, the best everything. He must have got good money to say that about Eva Marie. So Eva Marie took about 10 minutes down to the ring like she's the Undertaker. Not really 10 minutes, but you know what I mean, over-exaggerating. Slowly, she even got the announcer to take off her robe like she's some queen in the WWE. She went up onto the turnbuckle, dropped down, and apparently, oh, she pulled her hamstring dropping down. Oh no, yeah, pulled her hamstring dropping down. The match got cancelled because of that. I don't think it was legitimate. I think this is a storyline, but if it is, oh well, we have more women coming in. After that was the American Alpha versus the Vaudevillains, the highly anticipated debut for the American Alpha. They made short work of the Vaudevillains, and we could see the Vaudevillains get buried because of Simon Gotch's fight with Sin Cara, and we heard that Sin Cara destroyed Simon Gotch backstage in a real fight. So American Alpha made quick work of Vaudevillains. Their moves were very impressive. Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. Next was John Cena and AJ Styles segment for about 15 minutes. It was great. One of the best promos on SmackDown ever. Not just SmackDown. It was absolutely great. We all know John Cena can cut a promo. Brilliant talker. AJ Styles was a brilliant talker. John Cena's how he loves the business. And guys, it's official. AJ Styles will be facing John Cena at SummerSlam for the second time. AJ Styles versus John Cena too. I'm sure I made a video on that as well about over a month ago, saying that match will happen. Next was Fandango versus Randy Orton, with the security hovered around the whole ring in case Brock Lesnar came out. Just as soon as Randy Orton was rallying and about to hit the RKO, guess who we saw come out? Brock Lesnar came out through the crowd. He just stood there. The security were like, stay back. Randy Orton hit an RKO on Fandango. As soon as Randy Orton turned around, Brock Lesnar was in the ring and delivered a devastating F5 to Randy Orton to pay the thing. So Brock Lesnar is the one that invaded SmackDown Live last night. Shane McMahon, Daniel Bryan and more securities and referee came down the ring and escorted Brock Lesnar out of the arena, where we saw Paul Heyman. After that, in Daniel Bryan's office, Heath Slater comes out and saying how he's the hottest free agent, how he deserves a contract on SmackDown Live. We saw last night on Raw, 2 nights ago on Raw, how Jinder Mahal beat him. So Daniel Bryan said if you win your match next week on SmackDown Live, then you'll be handed a contract for to participate in SmackDown Live. As soon as Heath Slater said who, Rhino came out with a gore, an impressive gore to Heath Slater, and then Daniel Bryan smiled and said Rhino. Rhino smiled and walked off. Next was Carmella, and Carmella was scheduled to face Natalya, but before the match, Natalya brutally attacked and assaulted Carmella right before the match, and hit and applied the sharpshooter to Carmella. Carmella was screaming and tapping out, so that was a no result as the match never started. Next was Dolph Ziggler. After that, Dolph Ziggler was backstage. Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan went to Dolph Ziggler for the second time and said, "Are you sure you don't have to do this match against Bray Wyatt?" Dolph Ziggler agreed to. And then they said, if you do, you've already booked your ticket to SummerSlam for the championship. And they said, if you lose, you're not going to SummerSlam. Then Dolph Ziggler said, see, none of you believe in me. The crowd don't. Dean Ambrose doesn't. Bray Wyatt doesn't. And I'm going to prove you wrong. And Dolph Ziggler was like, screw you. He came out, guys. Dolph Ziggler wasn't shaking his bum. He came out with a purpose in his entrance. His face was so... He came out to the ring with a purpose. We saw the aggression from Dolph Ziggler. This is what Dean Ambrose was saying when he was on commentary, saying this is what I want from Dolph Ziggler. I want the best Dolph Ziggler. I want the aggressive Dolph Ziggler, not the one that thinks of his image by other people. Dolph Ziggler was really impressive. He had a very good match with Bray Wyatt. Very good. I think well done to SmackDown Live for booking Dolph Ziggler right and proving that he's a worthy #1 contender. So at the end of the match, Dolph Ziggler ended up winning. Bray Wyatt exposed the turnbuckle. Dolph Ziggler hit his head on it, then did a super kick. It looks like the super kick will be his new finisher alongside the zigzag. He picked up the win with the super kick again. Then Eric Rowan came out of nowhere, started attacking Dolph Ziggler. Dean Ambrose came and helped. He got dropped by Eric Rowan. Then Bray Wyatt delivered another Sister Abigail to Dolph Ziggler on SmackDown Live. That was the end of the show, and apparently Bray Wyatt got injured. I'm gonna make another video on that. Yeah, SmackDown Live was very, very, very impressive. I think SmackDown Live was sort of the same as Raw. I'm gonna rate SmackDown a good 7 out of 10. A really impressive show. Big improvement from last week. Nobody can say anything about it. They've utilized their superstars. They don't have a lot of women. They don't have a lot of superstars, but they're utilizing it well. They're using their time well. Nothing else to say. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe. Remember, guys, more previews coming out next week on Raw and SmackDown Live and reviews. Make sure to stay tuned for your normal news and rumors now. Thank you for watching.